What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Sky Sports did an exclusive with him today during his training camp, so they were lucky enough to get in there and interview him. And he said he was grateful because he had an easy day in training camp. He said the training camp's going good. He doesn't feel good because it's training camp. You know, most of the time the training camp is harder than the fight, which is good. That's a good thing. That's good for training regimen. So that means with old McCracken is doing his job, you know, by putting him through the ringer, making sure he's prepared. They asked him how does he feel about the replacement of Miller, and he honestly wanted Miller in the ring so he can go balls to wall. But Miller wasn't the ideal opponent anyway. He said Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury would be ideal to come to America. However, it is working towards that. So this is a good fight to get him towards that direction, because if he can't get past Ruiz, he can't, doesn't make any sense for him to go further. You know, he doesn't need to be fighting Deontay Wilder if you can't get past this particular fighter. But they asked him briefly about Miller in his situation, and he said, well, hey, he does need rehab. And that's funny. I said that same thing, jokingly, but I did say that same thing because of the amount of drugs in his system. Again, he reiterated he didn't want to kick a man when he was down. They asked him. He didn't just come forth with Miller. They asked him about how he felt about his situation, and he said, hey, I don't want to kick a man when he's down. In regards to his family, his mom, he's still there for him. He said he was also watching the Fury and Wilder fight, and that just fueled him fire to want to fight these guys more and more. And he also noted that the longer these guys wait, it's harder on them because they forget that I'm still learning. And me counterpunching that is absolutely true. People think that this fight, it's been drug out. These fights, plural, have been drug out for whatever reason. But the thing about Wilder, the thing about Fury, these guys are older than than Anthony Joshua. These guys have been in the game longer. Okay, when Joshua sparred Fury way back in the day, and the rumors was he got in Fury shit and almost took his head off. Well, Joshua was just starting. Okay, so that is true. They need to realize the longer they wait, the less likely the chance is from them winning. So me counterpunching that tells me that if they wait a long time, let's say the Wilder fight drops in 2022, right? That means Deontay Wilder will be 37 years old. Now, what does that mean for him? With him and his injuries and things like that, it's gonna be harder on him to win. So that just tells me that really the objective really isn't to beat Joshua. The objective is to get paid by Joshua, because I think that's the holdup. I think it's all about money. And they know if he wins or loses, everyone gets paid, and I think that's the main objective. But, Anthony wanted to win. So to move on for what else he said in this interview, because it wasn't that long, I'll leave the link below in the description box. But he also said that he basically said what Dominic Toretto said from Fast and the Furious. It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning. Like Joshua said, it's all about win. Get the win. At the end of the day, you look at your resume, you have a W by it. That's what matters. So he's just trying to beat Ruiz. He knows he has to fight a different way with Ruiz because Ruiz is a smarter fighter than Miller, he stated. He states that he's more selective with his shots, but since he's so selective, he's more prone and he's aiming to knock you out, which it proves Ruiz to do so with his opponents. He does pick his shots, but if someone is busy, he tends to be too tentative to me counterpunching his style. However, I will do a fight study about these two fighters, match them up, give the keys to a victor in another video. But no, this was an interesting video because, it showed where Anthony Joshua was at. He's still training, he's still focused. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.